Cameron Brink applauds Caitlin Clark sitting out NBA three-point contest. Everyone wants a piece of Caitlin Clark, and that includes the NBA. But her fellow WNBA star Cameron Brink is supportive of her decision to skip out on a possible All-Star Weekend appearance. Last February, Sabrina Ionescu and Steph Curry stole the show in their one-on-one three-point shooting exhibition. It was undoubtedly the highlight of NBA All-Star Saturday night and was a fantastic promotional tool for the WNBA. With the 2025 All-Star Game approaching, of course, the logical question would be whether or not the WNBA's biggest star, Caitlin Clark, would participate. But to this point, she has resisted any kind of urge to do so. On her Straight to Cam Wave podcast, Cameron Brink talked about Clark's decision and how she was fully supportive given how Clark went straight from starring at Iowa to having the best rookie season in WNBA history, and that she desperately needs some time to recharge. My good friend Caitlin Clark denied an NBA All-Star invite. I'm like, good for her. Last year Sabrina and Steph had a little shootout and it was very close. Brink said, she needs a break. I'm like texting her. I'm like, you need to take a vacation for 3 months. I'm like, you don't need to have the stress of that again, because it's just going to be a whole debacle. Brink continued. She's probably focusing on gearing up for the season, she added. I was at the Paris Games and we went out with the Pacers after one of their games. We were having this debate, who's hotter right now, Caitlin or some other NBA players. Then I remember Tyrese Halliburton jumping in. When I'm with Caitlin, people give me the phone to take a picture with me of Caitlin and them, like Tyrese who. The reasoning for Caitlin Clark skipping the NBA All-Star festivities is the same reason why she skipped out on the debut season of the 3v3 unrivaled women's basketball league that is currently airing on TNT. Even though Clark's star power would have added a huge boost to both events, she clearly feels it's in her best interest to pace herself and not try to be all things to all people. And if a friend and fellow WNBA competitor like Cameron Brink is supportive of Clark's off-season rest, it shows how badly she probably does need some time away after being continuously in one of the most intense spotlights the sports world has seen in modern history. Caitlin Clark is facing accusations of having an unfair roster in 2025. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever lost in the first round of the 2024 WNBA playoffs last fall. The WNBA franchise is making sure that will never happen again. The Indiana Fever have loaded up this offseason, surrounding Clark with one of the best rosters in the entire league. Clark, the No. 1 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, and the league's Rookie of the Year, will have a lot of talent to work with during the 2025 season and beyond. Indiana re-signed Kelsey Mitchell and acquired DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, and Sophie Cunningham. Clark is now surrounded by talented and accomplished veterans as she heads into year 2 of her career. But the Indiana Fever are now facing accusations of having an unfair super team. While many are praising the Fever's offseason moves, others are suggesting that they could have an unfair super team that will be impossible to beat. Before last year, the Fever struggled. This year, we're getting called a super team because we've signed a couple of FAs well past their prime, but with wealth of experience. There's one common denominator: Haitlins know how scary good Caitlin Clark is. And that makes me happy. One fan wrote, "We've gone from nobody wants to play in Indy to they have to build a super team in order for Caitlin to win a chip. The goalposts have officially been moved, folks," one fan added. She's getting super team building allegations based. The Fever actually got a competent FO now, one fan added. After Clark got embarrassed in back-to-back championship games, it's clear they are trying to hurry up and get her a ring since she never won anything, one fan added. The Fever actually building a super team around Caitlin Clark, screaming, one fan added. Clark and the Fever have emerged as one of the favorites to win it all next year, as most sportsbooks have Indiana as a 4-1 to 6-1 favorite to win the 2025 WNBA Finals. Who will you be taking to win it all next season?